Good morning. It's the 27th of May, right? Yeah, May, 2020. And what we're looking at today is the city-states of Arklyrell. Task Force games, mini game. Yeah, Task Force game right there. It's designed by Mike Jocelyn, the same guy a few days ago, last week, I guess, when I showed you the first team Vietnam. It's the same designer, but this is obviously a science fiction slash fantasy, I guess. I mean, you just look at it. I mean, look at this. This grabs you. This grabbed me when I was a kid. You know, when I was young. You got a barbarian-looking guy fighting a big snow worm out here in the snow with a dwarf here with his dagger. I mean, just looks really cool. And I do like the art on this. It just grabs you and brings you back. You know, that's something I think that a lot of war games don't get right. They don't get the art right, the cover art right. Some of them do, but a lot of them don't, because it's supposed to, bring you in. And this totally sucks you in when, you're young, and this game here, it can be good or it can be bad, and depending on how it shakes out. But I like this game for the most part, and let's look at it and let's look at it and read. Here we go. City States of Arklyrell is a game for 2 to 4 players. It depicts the wars for control of the world of Arklyrell. Each player takes the part of a leader and must gather armies, fleets, and magical items in order to wage battle. The game revolves around the conquest of 8 great citadels, the seats of both political and economic power on the world of Arklyrell. Victory is determined by which player's leader controls the most citadels at the end of the game. And if a player's leader can capture a certain number of citadels, he wins the game immediately. Game components include 54 die-cut plan pieces, a colorful map, and complete rules of play. Yeah, well, all right about that. It just reminds me of a little bit of Revolt on Antares, which is a game that I love. There's parts of that game I don't love, but I love that game for the most part. And this game reminds you somewhat of it. It's not. I'll talk about it. Let's look at the map and components first. All right, let's get to the map. Start with the map. The map, as I recall, it's pretty good. I like these Task Force mini game maps. The maps are decent paper for a paper map, and they are a decent size. Look at that. That's not, that reminds you, that's a pretty big for. There's a CRT and the terrain effects chart, which I love having on there. The terrain key over here. It's just a but this is the game. You're trying to conquer the citadels, and they say it's from 2 to 4, 3 or 4 to me. 3 is good, but 3 or 4 to me is where you want almost a full complement of players here. The map is good. Obviously, it's not a historical map, so you can do a lot with these islands out here, and look at the counters. Yeah, the counters. Yeah, They're just mini game counters. They are die cut. And here's your units. You're going to have 31 units. And then your heroes. You got hero here, different heroes, your 4 different heroes. And yeah, let's look at some of the rules. All right. Well, the game is one of those games that you just, it's pretty simple in the sense that, let's go to the let's movement. Where's the outline of a player turn? Where is the sequence of play? It should be pretty quick. Sequence of play. All right, here we go. Sequence of play. Yeah. This is basically it for your first player. Then you move on. It's like movement phase, recruitment phase. I love this recruitment phase. We'll talk about that in a minute. And the combat phase. The recruitment phase, for me, just is you actually, how do you recruit? You have to go at the beginning of the phase. You have to be next to the unit you want to recruit, adjacent to the hex to the unit you want to recruit, and you're going to roll. And what do you roll? It's not. Is it combat streak, prestige? What do they call it? All units except leaders begin the game as neutral units. Love that. In order for a player to gain control of a unit, he must recruit it. To attempt to recruit a unit, a player's leader must be adjacent to the unit at the beginning of the recruitment phase. Yeah. Note, as it suggested, that each player number a sheet of paper from 1 to 31. Each player should write down the name of the player who recruited any unit beside the unit's ID number. Absolutely. That's absolutely what you should do now. What you have to do. You remember all that. A player may attempt to recruit. Let's see how you do it. Any one neutral unit which is adjacent to his leader at the beginning of the recruitment phase of each player. Gosh, the redundancy. To recruit the unit, the player must roll the unit's. It's morale factor. That's what we're calling it. All right, morale factor or higher on a 6-sided die. If the player rolls less than the unit's morale factor, he is unsuccessful in recruiting the unit. And he may not try to recruit that unit again. Exceptions, yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, so that's to me that just is awesome. They're actually having the recruitment deal. Usually if you're playing a tactical game, you got your units basically, or even an operational game. You got your order of battle, especially a historical game. You got your order of battle. And that's the units you have. Then a lot of times in the strategic level games, what you get recruitment is abstracted out to the extent you're just paying for units. It doesn't. Population really doesn't come into a factor most of the time. So. The size, population, whatever, your pool to recruit from doesn't, but this does. Love that thought. Think that's really cool. Yeah. This game it can go 25 turns. If it goes 25 turns, you're not going to like the game. But when people start getting off the islands, able to get off the islands and get to each other and then that's where the game can get fun and be a good game. Let's look at some tables we got here. That's why I was saying it's kind of a two-faced game when it comes to that. The leaders. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Mike Jocelyn here. Game development. Let's see who did whatever else in here in the development. Rules editing. Alan Eldridge. Huh? Graphics. Vance Buck. I can live with the graphics, honestly. Map graphics, or cover painting. Michael Penn. I can live with that too. All right. Yeah. But that's it right there. If you can find it for a good price, definitely pick it up. Pretty good game. just one I was thinking about, you know. So, all right, that's it. I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.